Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to Daily Update on 1000 Days Challenge. This is day 650, so it marks a very clear important milestone itself. I only have 350 days before I technically complete this 1000 Days Challenge. So even though the end is so-called technically clear in sight, I'm still very far off in terms of my actual target, or even in terms of a major milestone itself. But bear in mind, like what I mentioned, at the end of the day, it's just setting in place in terms of the major milestone, and along the way, some changes, some setback. And with this current bear market in place itself, it definitely did place in terms of a greater setback when it comes to my greater portfolio in terms of things. But when it comes to trading wise, things also didn't turn out as good as I would have planned. But this is ultimately life, and it's ultimately unpredictable in that sense. So I'm still in terms of that, working along the way to improve the way I trade and seeing if there's any greater edge that I could technically gain in the market, and also leveraging that accordingly as well. All right, other than that, if you look across the market itself, I would say US market did show further sign of bearish momentum yesterday for S&P 500 Nasdaq. On the other hand, for China market, we did see signs of bottom itself, so both of which showing no clear price action at the moment. So there are signs of accumulation or distribution phase as well, but it's very clear signs of a consolidation period itself. So is it possible for further drop? The answer is yes. But of course, with this major drop itself from so far, I do see a potential reversal. Even if it's a dead cat bounce for ASHR KREP, I do see that potentially coming in quite soon. And how far that will bounce will determine whether it's a dead cat bounce or is it a clear reversal inside. And finally, for Bitcoin itself, Bitcoin actually hit the 25K mark itself very strongly earlier today, and now it's facing a very nice bounce of more than 10%, which is a very good sign. So the question is, will that momentum be carried forward tomorrow itself? If that momentum can carry forward itself and close above the 30K mark within tomorrow, preferably, or even at latest by end of this weekend itself, it will mark a potential shift in terms of momentum, especially for crypto market itself in general. So for me itself, I'm just not selling at the market, I'm just accumulating more Bitcoin along the way. And in fact, after this video itself around the 28K plus region, I'll probably buy a little bit more. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to get the 25K region itself. I did consider getting more around the 24K, but I just realized that previously along the month, every time when it hits near to the target itself, the bounce happens right before it hits this region itself. And previously, you see the 30K mark where people was waiting itself. It either overshoot of it or you undershoot of it in that sense. So let's see how things goes. Perhaps you could see some sort of this pattern. This is why I potentially see a very sharp drop. We have a very decent bounce along the way, which should potentially be around the 30 to 33K mark. And then you could see further drop along the way before we hit this 24K region itself, in which case we have a very strong bounce thereafter. That's potentially what I would intend to see. And we'll be able to make a new all-time high. Then ultimately that's up to anybody guess. So let's see how things goes. But definitely right now we're in a bearish territory itself. So yeah, and other than that, that's more or less about it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop by your comments below. But in terms of trading wise, on the forward chart, I'm just staying clear of the market simply because there isn't much of a need in terms of entry point itself. And you can also see in terms of the forward chart that there's a very strong interest at the moment itself over here. And then there's a bullish divergence that's potentially forming just as well. So these are very good signs for even a big cap house, we could potentially retest this 30K mark. All right. Otherwise, that's more or less about it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop by your comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.